Let's make this big batch of fried rice. So I'm going to be starting with my veggies. I've cleaned all of these. I'm just showing you what I'm going to be using. Carrots, some spring onions, some green beans, and red and green peppers. Just going to be chopping these now with my favorite knife. Yeah, she's imperfect, but she's very efficient. I'm just going to be cutting these into even sized bits. So some people like to cook their rice the day before, and that is actually very good. But I tend to cook mine same day, and my rice is never mushy. If you want to see how I do that, then just follow along with me. And um, I'm just chopping my veggies, and that's it. Almost done with my veggies. I like to separate the white part of my spring onions from the green part. So that's just what I'm doing here. I'm just gonna chop all of it, and then I'll separate the white part from the green part, because I'm gonna be using the white part, or more like cooking the white part longer while I use the green part sort of as a garnish. It does, so it doesn't cook at all. It cooks barely at all. And that's it. My veggies are done. I will now be moving on to my protein, which I see you can is picking at you from the corner over there. I'm going to be using hot dogs for this recipe. You can use any proteins that you like. I've seen people use fish before, but I've never used that. Use shrimps, you can use beef, you can use chicken, you can use a mix of all of them, whatever works for you. But this recipe, we're using hot dogs, and I'm going to be using chicken hot dogs because that way I'm not worried about maybe having a Muslim friend over and worrying about whether they're able to eat the food or not. So I'm going to be, yeah, I think this is my favorite brand. This is my favorite brand of hot dogs. I'm not sure I've seen any other hot dog that I like as much as this. But anyway, I'm just going to be cutting the hot dogs into the same size as the rest of the veggies, and that's it. I love the colors, by the way. And I'll be moving on to my rice. That's my stock, some seasoning cubes, a bit of salt, that's thyme, and some curry. While that's boiling, I'm gonna add some washed rice into it. That's 1 kg of rice, by the way. I measured it, and some water to level up, just to the level of the rice. I'm adding a bit of turmeric because I don't like to use too much curry. It helps with that nice golden fried rice color, Nigerian fried rice color. Let's be specific. And I like to use this heavy pot so that the rice doesn't lift up the bottom. I'm covering it so it traps the heat because the pot is heavy, and it's the oil gets hot faster. And I'm just adding my hot dogs so the flavor can seep out into the oil. That's some minced onions, and then my white part of the spring onions. I'm just going to cook that together for a bit. I'm adding in my bell peppers. I'll cook that for a bit. I like to cook the bell peppers before the hard ingredients. I know I'm strange, and I'm adding in the hard veggies, and I'm going to just cook that together. And I will now be adding in my seasoning. So I like to season my rice separate from my veggies, and I'm adding some white pepper because I feel like white pepper gives it that authentic Nigerian fried rice taste. So I like to season my veggies separate from my rice because it helps with that nice blend of flavor. So the rice or the veggies are no more flavor. One is no more flavorful than the other. So it helps with that nice blend. So whatever seasoning you want to use, I think it would be nice for you to separate it. So use half for this and half for that. That it gives a nice blend, and that's my peas and sweet corn, and the rice is ready. So it's done but not soft. I'm going to be scooping out some of the stir fried veggies, so it helps with like stirring so that you can actually stir to the bottom, and all of the ingredients will mix with all of the rice. And I'm going to be doing this like in batches, not in batches like separate, but like in batches. So after I've stirred this, I'm adding more rice on top, and then I'll be adding some more veggies on top, and then I'll stir it, and then I'll do it again like that. And once I'm done with that, I'm gonna get out. Yeah, see, that's it. That's the last batch now. Now get out the big um stir stick omorugun and turn and stir, and then I'll adding in my garnish and some sesame oil. I feel like sesame oil gives it that extra flavor. Yeah. Just try it if you've never tried it before, and you'll be back for more for more of your own food. Anyway, that's it. The rice is ready, and that's how I make my big batch. This is a 7 liter pot, by the way. If you like this recipe, just let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe, share, and like.